fitness friends, Andie here and my friend Frank, and we are going to show you a few stretches to target your hip flexors. So hip flexors are right through here, and they get a lot of work when we are lifting our knees or lifting our legs to the front and just really in daily walking. So we need to be stretching them all the time. So here's one stretch. If you are not comfortable getting down on the floor, like in a low lunge or in a pigeon pose, you can use a chair or your couch, something that's like moderate height. And we're gonna put our knee up there, and then I'm gonna walk my other leg forward, and I'm just gonna start to bend this knee and press my hips forward. So I can already feel that stretch in my hip flexor. So I'm gonna press forward. Now, if I get comfortable there, I can slide this leg back, and I can get even lower and press in. So you adjust it to where you feel like you need it and where it feels good to you. I also like to take this hip of my bent leg and start to push it out to the side, and then I get into like inner thigh part of my hip flexor, so I can stretch over this way. And we want to hold that for about 30 seconds. Now that's 30 seconds, that's our goal, right? You could do 10 seconds, take a break. And then we breathe, and then that way if you use the chair or the couch, you have a little support, you can walk yourself back up. All right, so the next one, we're gonna take it to the floor.
Do we try to keep our upper body straight up?
Yeah, we wanna keep our chest lifted. So really, anytime I'm exercising, I'm not gonna let myself roll forward. So you think about like a string coming out of your heart, you're drawing your chest forward as we breathe and we press, and then you can relax. And then we're gonna take it down to the mat. We're gonna do figure 4. So I'm gonna turn this way. I'm gonna turn a little, Frank. We'll take it down to the mat. So for figure 4, I'm gonna lay flat on my back, and I'm gonna use my left leg and take my ankle to my knee, and I'm going to flex my foot. And when I flex my foot, that helps to protect my knee. And then I'm just gonna gently press this knee open. So for me, it's my left leg. And once again, I'm gonna hold it about 30 seconds and pressing away, trying to create space through that hip for the hip flexor. So we hold it just about 30 seconds, making sure this stays flexed, and then we can do that other side. So you could take it in, give it a little squeeze, and then switch sides. Once again, keeping this foot flexed, pressing this knee open gently, and breathing, holding just about 30 seconds. And then releasing. And then the third stretch that I want to show you is a bridge. So I come down on my back, my feet are flat, my knees are parallel. You want to pretend like you've got like a little ball in between your knees so that our knees don't roll open. We're going to keep those inner thighs engaged, and I'm going to lift that tush off the mat, lifting the hips to the sky. And I want to make sure my neck is relaxed. And you can kind of wiggle your shoulders, kind of walk them underneath if you want to. Lifting the hips up to the sky. And then once again, holding that for 30 seconds. Now I feel like if I think about a string coming out of my hip bones and I think about that lifting up towards the sky, that kind of visual tends to help keep lifted. And then slowly lower down. Go ahead, rock it up to seated. So if we take those 3 stretches and we hold each one 30 seconds, we can try and do that 2 to 3 times a day if you're really feeling tight in your hip flexors, and then you will see a big difference and feel much more flexible and relaxed. Thank you. We'll see you in the next workout.